Hello everyone. Well, I certainly did not think that I would be back on doing a video so soon. However, I came across a channel tonight in which an individual was using scripture and misinterpreting it. So you could say that God is giving me the videos to debunk tonight. I'm getting the videos to debunk. So I would normally say this person's name and their channel name. However, I cannot do that because this particular individual is part of the group of the bullies on YouTube who are harassing the true Christians. So I will not give the person's name or channel name because I do not want to draw attention or traffic over to her channel. Now, I can tell you what I have learned about this particular individual. If you come across her video, at least you will not be confused if you come across this video. And if you come across anyone else's video that teaches the same thing, at least you will not be confused. Okay? What I've learned about this individual is the following. She is quite a hypocrite because she tells people not to hang out with unsaved people. However, she hangs out with unsaved people herself. In fact, she meanly comments in the comment sections. She also is very sarcastic. So if you come across her channel, you're going to recognize her because she's very sarcastic when she speaks. And this probably describes her relationship with God and with other people. Sarcastic, which is very sad. I'm not sure what happened to this particular individual during her life to make her so bitter, but she's definitely not right with God. And I fear that her conscience is being severed as with a hot iron. So she also, the other thing I wanted to say is that she also tends to forget the things that she's taught, because I have come up against this woman before with videos to show her where she's wrong, and she still does not learn from the videos. I don't believe anyone can teach her anything. She thinks she has arrived. She thinks she knows the scripture, but unfortunately she's very uneducated on the scripture, and she has no discernment on what the scripture means that she's reading and going over, which is really sad. So she forgets stuff that you tell her. So this video is more for you guys than it is for her, because I don't think I'm going to get anything across to her, unfortunately. Okay, she misinterprets the scripture. She doesn't understand it. So I'm going to be in 1 Corinthians chapter 13 and verse 8. And she uses the scripture to try to prove that the gifts are not for today. So let's read this together, and I'm going to prove beyond a shadow of a doubt that she is not only wrong, but the gifts are, in fact, very much for today. So, starting in verse 8, charity never faileth, but whether there be prophecies, they shall fail. Whether there be tongues, they shall cease. It doesn't say they have ceased, it says they shall cease. Whether there be knowledge, it shall vanish away. It doesn't say that knowledge has vanished away, okay? We all know that God said the wisdom of this world is foolishness to him, and that we'll eventually have his knowledge and his wisdom. And for we know in part, and we prophesy in part, but when that which is perfect is come, then that which is in part shall be done away. That means when Jesus returns in the millennial kingdom, okay? So I'm going to prove, all right, that the gifts are still for today. We're going to hop over to Matthew chapter 5. And we're going to start reading in verse 18. And what does this say? It says, "For verily I say unto you, till heaven and earth pass." So in other words, until the heaven and the earth are passed away. That's not till after the tribulation, you guys. "One jot or one tittle shall in no wise pass from the law till all be fulfilled." So what is this saying? This is saying that nothing shall pass from the Torah until all is fulfilled. So my question is all fulfilled yet? The answer is no. All is not fulfilled yet. So what does that mean? The Torah still stands. It is still relevant. And I told you, we keep the Torah under grace. All right, now let's go back. One more scripture. I want to show you a scripture in, my bookmark was backwards. I guess it doesn't really matter. But it's going to be in Jeremiah chapter 31. And this is going to land at home for you guys. So Jeremiah chapter 31, verse 34. And here is the scripture that proves that we are not in the fullness of the new covenant yet. It has been started. It is being fulfilled right now. It is not yet fulfilled, because it says in Jeremiah chapter 31 and verse 34, "And they shall teach no more every man his neighbor and every man his brother, saying, Know the Lord, for they shall all know me, from the least of them unto the greatest of them, saith the Lord. For I will forgive their iniquity, and I will remember their sin no more." So my question to all of you is, has this happened yet? The answer is no. No. So all of the gifts are still relevant for today, because the Torah has not passed away yet. So when she uses the scripture in Corinthians, she says all of these things have passed away. There's a difference between passed away and passing away. They are passing away, the scripture says. The scripture says they did not pass away. So she's wrong. I hope that this clears this up for everybody. And I will talk to you all again real soon. Have a great night.